Hi everyone, Katie with TransRefuge again. So I just had lunch with a local pastor friend. Um, so a bit about me, I do happen to be a Christian, and so that does give me some background to know a little bit about how to deal with this topic today. And the topic is dealing with religious objections, people who want to use clobber passages with you, who, want to say things like, you know, you're claiming God made a mistake, things like that. Um, I'm not going to spend this video getting into the specifics about, things like Bible verses and, the technical details of each religion's, claimed objections to transgender people. What I will say is be careful and be informed. So my own experience with a local church here was quite negative when I was outed. The pastor's wife started some really vicious rumors and instigated some really nasty gossip about me. And it ended really poorly. I left the church. I'll probably never go back or talk to anyone there because of what happened. So the first thing I would say is understand you. Get the facts on why you are the way you are, like medically, scientifically. There's some really great studies out there. If you like, look at Harvard has a really good one. And there's some stuff from, I think, Norway and Sweden. Get on, use a search engine, go look for those studies, peer-reviewed medical studies that talk about the fact that there is a biological basis for why transgender people are the way they are, so that you can understand, what makes you tick. Okay, I am this way because of X, Y, and Z, and X, Y, and Z can't be changed. They're inherent to who I am. And so regardless of whatever your religious objections may be, I can't be anything other than what I am, which is a transgender person, any more than I'm white, like I couldn't be another color. I'm short, I couldn't be tall if I wanted to. This is an immutable feature of who I am. I'm transgender. That's never going to change. And regardless of what your religious ideas might say, I can't not be transgender. I couldn't be cisgender. That's just not something that reality allows for. So make sure you understand, the basic fundamentals of who and what you are, why you are the way that you are, because it comes in handy when you get these objections from people who want to talk about religious stuff, so that you can come back with information. Because the only way to really fight, falsehood is with the truth. So bring out the truth. Say, you know what? Here's the study. Cite it. And say, whatever your religion says, this is the truth. I am this way. I can't change it. So whatever your religious ideas think is irrelevant to who and what I am. Maybe your perception or your interpretation of religion is wrong, but science is correct about me. The other thing is have some ideas on who you can trust and who can just not be a part of your life. I've had friends who are still my friends who raised some objections when I first came out and when I started transitioning, and we were able to work through those differences. Those are trustworthy people. Those are real, true friends. Whereas there were other people who brought up objections that had to be put out of my life, and I had to end any kind of friendship or relationship with those people because they're like a mountain. They're not going to move. They're not flexible. They're they're set on my way is the right way and your way is wrong. And that's not something that's ever going to be a positive thing in your life, having people who are completely against you and will never be anything but against you. As painful as that is, it helps to get them, take them out of your life, stop communicating with them, and build your social circle with people who are not going to try to hurt you. So be careful with religious stuff. If you're a member of a church, I had a really negative experience with a church that believed that transgender people like to sexually abuse people, like to sexually abuse women in bathrooms, this kind of crazy stuff. They had guards that were following me around the church because they thought, that I was, I don't know if I can say this word on YouTube, so I'm going to try to put in a different term. They thought that I was going to abuse women and children because I'm transgender and because there's people like Michelle Duggar out there who've promoted material, in the media, equating being transgender with being some kind of criminal sexual deviant. These people that they can't process the idea that gender identity does not equal sexual orientation or does not equal, some kind of weird sexual attraction to people or children, I guess I should say. Be careful, because those people, there's a lot more of them in churches than there are in the general population. So watch where you go as far as churches go. If you're looking for churches, try to get on their website, look around a little bit, see if you can find out, are they accepting of transgender people. I've seen places that are affirming, open but not affirming, and then there are places that are just plain they will not accept you no matter what. The difference between those, the first two, so accepting and affirming means they will accept you and they will affirm you. They will say, we accept transgender people and we're glad to have them here. We support their transition. If they're transitioning, we support, basically everything they need. Open but not affirming means we accept that there's transgender people and we encourage them to come and, learn about God or worship God or be around us. But we don't accept transitioning or, any kind of medical care that helps a transgender person to feel more at home in their body. Or even for non-transitioning people, they'll say, we'll accept that you're not transitioning, but, maybe we want to help you steer toward accepting your assigned gender. Be careful of that, because that can be really discouraging and hurtful, especially if you're a non-transitioning person, because it's super difficult. The people I've known and that I still know who chose not to transition, it was a really hard decision for them to make and to live with. And to have people invalidate that by saying, well, we're going to help you accept the gender you were assigned, invalidates all the years of struggle that they've had, and that they're currently having to live in a gender that they were assigned, but still is a tremendous struggle. It's not that they want to accept the gender that they were assigned, it's just that they know that for them to transition, maybe there's too many obstacles, or it might break up their marriage, or whatever. There's a lot of reasons people choose not to transition, but it's still a choice that they made. It's not that they were just like, oh, I just accept my assigned gender. They're still as transgender as someone like me who did transition. So watch out for that stuff. Be careful of places that will, try to push you into areas that are dangerous emotionally and psychologically. And find support. I myself, like I said, I'm a Christian, and I also know people from, a lot of different faith backgrounds, whether they're Muslims or Buddhists or whatever. There's, lots of people from different, religious traditions and faith communities that I've been friends with and still am. If you need help with that, leave some comments or get on our discussion forum and contact one of us, especially me. Be happy to help you work through some of that stuff, because it's really hard. It's tough when you've got people coming at you with, religious objections, which are not based on anything temporal, anything like medical science or something. So yeah, I hope this video helps you. And, like I said, if you have those specific questions and you want to get help with, specific objections that maybe somebody in your life is throwing at you, visit our forum at www.transrefuge.org. Leave a comment or, message one of us staff members. We'll be happy to help you. And like I said, get community, get people in your life who can help you through this, and try to avoid the places that will hurt you. I hope you have a great day and a great week. And I'm going to be traveling for work here soon, so, maybe in a couple days I'll post up a new video. Until then, bye.